Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570 Towson, Baltimore. We are Baltimore Positive. We are positively no longer in the studio. We're here at Cooper's North, at beautiful UMBC, Towson. There's pictures of old dogs named Cooper, as well as Woody here. We're in Mays Chapel Timonium. It's all brought to you by our friends at the Maryland Lottery. I have scratch-offs to give away. I'm going to have the Magic 8 Balls. I left them in my bag over there, and I don't want to knock. I've had a rough week already. I mean, I had to cancel Tuesday on Fadley's. I've had equipment dumped, equipment spilled, weather-related issues, but I've made it to the end of the week. It's Friday of a cup of soup or bowl. I have bags of stuff back here for the Maryland Food Bank, and I have great guests. First time we've had 3 guests on the set, so I'm trying to squeeze everybody together. I'm trying to get headsets working for 2 groups of folks that are interconnected. But it's Monique Spagnuolo that has hit me and said, you know me from Smart CEO years ago. We met a long time ago. And I absolutely remember you now, and I'm appreciative that you want to come out here and promote a couple of great organizations. The Greater Chesapeake Foundation, Executive Director Katie Capel is here. Gabby Riagoso. I knew I was going to get it right. I didn't get it wrong. There you go. Horizon Walks Coordinator for HorizonDayCamp.org as part of everything we're doing here, talking community organizations. And this goes back to the old LinkedIn, you know. I knew you back when you had another gig, and now she says her official gig is with Renaissance Dental Vision Life Disability. I need all of those, especially the life part. She is a group sales executive, and I knew you in a former life as a CEO leadership executive. How are you?
I'm fabulous, and you can see my Cooper's hat as we're at Cooper's. I used to work for Patrick, so this all comes full circle.
Well, he couldn't be here today.
Yes.
But he did serve me up the burger of the month with Terry, and Terry's a cancer survivor, so we're going to have him over a little later on. I tended bar at the original Cooper's when John Seda, Richard Belzer, Yafik Kato, they were all down there for homicide.
They put me through college.
They were your patrons. It was very, very clear when John Seda was working the bar that he knew his way around back there that night. I have pictures of that night. Was that 97, 8? Give me a year on that.
I graduated college in 98, but I started working there probably 96.
Gabby, were you alive then? No, I didn't think you were. You look of this century. Tell me about what you guys are doing here today, because I'm really appreciative of anybody that educates me on new things. Last year I learned so many things, and somebody had a listener, Bill, who came up, beautiful, gave me stuff, and he's like, last year you did like 8 hours live every day, and I'm like,
Too much.
Yeah, well, I did that last year, and I'm like, I got my Jerry Lewis out, and I'm done. So this year, it's cool, it's chill, and I was going to bring a lot of last year's people back, but I'm like, I want to learn some new things this year. So I know we've been connected online and whatnot. You've thrown me some information about this. Give me the lowdown on Horizon Day Camp and everything that's going on with the Greater Chesapeake Foundation.
Well, I'll kind of take the lead here because I'm the current president of the Greater Chesapeake Foundation. We are a group of health insurance professionals as well as financial professionals that our sole mission is to give back to our local Maryland community. We do try to focus on things that surround children and their families. Our big signature event, which Patrick here at Cooper's as well as his wife, all their businesses helped with as well, and a bunch of other partners. They collected toys here and well as their other locations, and also helped, which was a huge thing, in delivering them. We have a huge event at the B&O Railroad Museum. DJ Kopak, I'm sure you're familiar with him. And
I have never seen him work, but I see him online. Yeah. And I've never had him on. I don't know DJ Kopak, but I know the reputation.
Yes, great energy he has.
Well, I have good energy. I think we'll like each other.
So it's weird, like during COVID, you think that the toy drive has been going on for over 80 years. We donate toys to about 26 plus schools, Head Starts, hospitals. I mean,
and this is not a holiday thing. This is a year-round thing, right?
So we focus over the holidays, but the toys are used year-round.
All right. Well, good. So anybody can give any time. I think I was in here. I mean, I know I was in here before the holidays. I'm in here a lot. But this is what was going on over on the other side when things were piling up.
Yes.
I was also here on New Year's when the party hats were at. And they did the perfect New Year's here at Cooper's North. And I want to promote it because I think I'm going to be a part of it forever. They decide to make midnight 8 p.m.
I love it.
Works out well for me.
Love
I
it.
mean, you know, I'm in my 50s now. This is good, you know. So I've been here for some holidays and different things, and you've been in touch with them forever. And these are the kinds of organizations where, like, somebody like Patrick here says yes to somebody like you. And, you know, a lot of organizations collect during the holidays. And one of the reasons this week that I'm doing the food bank is because the food banks and the pantries dry up this time of year. And there is a thing about Giving Tuesday and Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays. And then we get into February, and it's like, all right, other things got to be going on here because they are year-round initiatives for all of these people, right?
Well, to piggy on that COVID thing, we did partner with Cooper's as well, and the Maryland Food Bank. I delivered a small check that was with the, like, we took
They
the
love
picture with the big
checks.
check.
I found that out. I mean, like, I want to get stuff, and they're like, no. It's way more cost efficient if you give us money because we can buy food for
Yeah.
less than delivering it around and running it from Timony. And what I've taken to do, and the food bank loves this too, is taking care of the organizations in the community, your local pantry. I had Catonsville Emergency Assistance on this week, Caitlin over there. It's just that direct thing really impacts the community more than I think people realize, and that's why I'm doing that this week and talking about it, because we do talk a lot of sports around here and other stuff like that, but I think there is a part for the community where you see the smiles on these children's faces, you know the work you're doing, and you know that you're going to do it again next year. Why don't you do it that's what happened this year. I said, I'm going to do it next year. I'm just not going to do a marathon, you know.
But we partnered with Patrick, and my car smelled like onions for like weeks and
What
weeks.
kind of onions?
But we delivered burgers from here to frontline hospital workers during the quarantine. My daughter helped out with that because she wasn't in school at the time, so that was great. But
Yeah,
it's
we
been
partnered with probably 6 different hospitals, and Cooper's brought the food truck. And
Well, what's the background on Greater Chesapeake Family? How long has this been going on? Give me a little full story on this. As the executive director, I've got the card out here, Katie. Go ahead.
So we have, by our current name, Greater Chesapeake Foundation, we've been in existence for about 12 years. We came together with a number of different associations in the insurance world just to do good in the community. But we go back over 85 years.
Wow. All right. So this is old school. And how long has this toy thing been happening here?
It's been happening the whole time. So we started off with what's now the Johns Hopkins Children's Center. We started off over 85 years ago with them. And then as the support has grown in the community, we've expanded our partners, and that's actually how we got to know Horizon Day Camp. So Horizon Day Camp is one of our recipients of the toy drive, and we met them through the toy drive, but then we got to know so much more about them.
All right, so I had a camp on earlier this week in Dundalk, Camp Opportunity. One of my childhood friends runs this. So I did a whole turn on Monday about my ickiness in the woods and being afraid of camping and what I did in summers versus what other kids do. I sent my kid to camp. My kid's 41 now, and I sent him out to, like, Winchester, Virginia, and I had a long chat literally on Tuesday with him about, like, was it good or was it bad? He's like, oh, Dad, it's still like the greatest thing ever that I did that. So I think I was an underprivileged child. My camp was just going to Colgate Elementary and playing tag and kickball, and, you know, but going away to camp sounds pretty cool.
So we're actually a day camp. So we're Maryland's first full summer day camp for children with cancer and their siblings, all offered free of charge. We transport the kids. We everything. They get to go home at night, which is very important for parents.
Oh, that's everything.
They can still do treatment. They can do everything, but still have fun and be children in the day, which is the most important thing.
So this isn't ongoing. This isn't like a summer 1 week thing. What you do is full disclosure, my wife's a 2-time leukemia survivor, 155 nights at Hopkins. You talk about, I had that story yesterday. Don't make me cry. I made it the whole week. I cried 13 times last year. I haven't cried once this week, so don't make me do it. But we used to come down at the hospital onto the second floor and, like, see kids. And my wife's like 80 pounds, bald, tree hanging on, and we'd see kids there fighting. No tolerance for that. So anything we could do to help,
any
we want to
event
do. You know?
that they have, and when you hear,
You got me half. That's a half.
when you
I
hear
blinked.
the impact that this makes to their families and their children to have this free day camp, and they do a bunch of really fun events. Like, I invited you to the Halloween event that they have. They have an event at the Living Classrooms, which is also an amazing
Do they have a
event.
Santa? I don't make a good Santa. I don't
I'm
look
an
enough
elf.
like Santa. Are you?
I'll tell you what, the Santa that we use for our toy drive, he is legit,
All right, good.
real deal, authentic Santa.
Well, there's only one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Brian in Dundalk, he does that work. Yeah, absolutely.
But if these stories do not make you cry, you are not a human being. And there's so many great volunteer opportunities to work with them, like to come volunteer at the day camp.
Where is the camp?
So it was held at the St. Timothy School last year.
Okay.
Yes, so super close, but we can get people in from closer to D.C., up near Westminster. We go all the way out to Bel Air.
They bus them in.
Yep. We have kids from all over that come in, and the buses are free as well. We bring them in
Any
and we
cancer,
bring them home.
but these children are in the fight, or are they in remission? At what? Because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, cancer's tough, like just on an energy level. You know what I mean? It sounds like fun to, if you're a child that you could get to go play, but like sometimes the energy level's not there or even, I mean, I know all about being neutropenic and wearing masks and long before COVID, but these children must be doing somewhat well in a way to have the energy to participate in this, right?
Yeah, so to be eligible, you have to be within 5 years of your cancer treatment. We have kids that are ongoing treatment, kids who have finished treatment. Siblings are welcome whenever, all throughout this, always. Whether their sibling is at treatment, they can still come. Whether their sibling has unfortunately lost their battle, they are still able to come. We welcome everyone at any state. We have nurses on staff 24/7, like every day at camp. So if they need medication, if they need a rest, if they need fluids, we're very diligent in making sure we're meeting these campers where they are. We have different level activities through each activity. So if you're not feeling well and you don't want to do sports, we'll have games there for you to play, or crafts, or whatever. We are so accommodating to wherever you are, your energy levels.
What makes the eligibility? What someone out listening right now, child with cancer, they don't know about the program. How do they contact you? How do they become involved in some way?
Sure. So on our website, horizondaycamp.org, all the information is on there. You'll contact our registrar, Lisa, who will get that process started with you. And it's pretty smooth from there. And we've already started enrollment and registration for this year. Our campers are so excited, and their parents, that they get to be able to do this year after year. And yeah, we welcome everyone.
What I love about their camp? So the kids can go. They can go one day. They can go all summer. They can go 1 week, just depending on how they're feeling. Because as you said, they may not feel up to it.
Yeah.
So and it's all free for the campers. But
I think it's also something, if they're not feeling well, it gives them something to look forward to, that, hey, maybe next week I can go.
Exactly.
Oh, man, that was everything when my wife was battling.
If they missed it on Tuesday, but they're feeling better on Wednesday, they can go on Wednesday. It's not like a steadfast, you're either in or out. It's you go when you feel up to it. And then even when you get to camp, there's all different levels of activities that meet the kids with whatever energy level they have. There's these great art stations, there's sports, there's all different activities that let the kids do, however active or inactive, but they're able to be with each other, have a good time, form these bonds. Really special event.
Yeah, like you said, we try to make every day the best day ever, because this could be one camper's only day of camp for the summer, or their last summer, or we just want it to be the best day ever every single day.
Well, I love that, and I first off, I want to reset everything here. If you're listening, it's Cup of Super Bowl. We're at Cooper's North, which brought this. I'm trying to get the whole thing. It brought Monique and I together from Smart CEO and her time with Patrick at Cooper's South. Now, I guess the original Cooper's Tavern down in Fells Point before the Shishi Fufu Hotel was built across the street, and it looked like a homicide police academy. She's here. We also have from the Greater Chesapeake Foundation, the executive director, Katie Capel, is here as well. And she brought Gabby Riagoso. I'm learning that feels like a dish that should be added down at Amici's. She's the Horizon Walks coordinator at Horizon Day Camp. You can learn more at horizondaycamp.org. You can learn more about the Greater Chesapeake Foundation. You do many of these kinds of organizations in, I guess, the tentacles of everything that touches your foundation. Tell me more about that and how many other of these kinds of people you're going to be bringing me next year and in other years to tell more stories about what you're doing.
Yeah, Monique, you want to take that question?
Well, I was just going to capitalize on that, because we did touch on the toy drive, and you talked about like the food bank. During the holidays, everyone wants to give. But yes, we do that, and it's grown significantly, but we do things throughout the year that people don't know about. So Horizon Day Camp is one thing that we do support, but there's also an organization that we work with. It's called Andrew's Laughing Gas. I guess it's.
I had them last year,
They're
and
the
they
best.
made me ball, and I
Absolutely.
couldn't. I couldn't even fight to go to the bathroom and figure myself out, and I was on live radio, and I don't sound good from there, but they're unbelievable.
Have
and
you
they
ever
made
done
me
a toy
laugh
stuffing
too.
party?
The last year I had them on like the day before their thing. Or the week before, because they gave me, I couldn't do it.
Oh, the
last year.
swimming party?
It was at Recker Theater, maybe.
Yeah.
That sounds right?
So they make stuffed animals for kids in the hospital with cancer. And they
Tell
started
them
off-
why.
So
Because this is a funny story, and I don't
not-
have enough
yes.
comedy here this week, so 'cause I'm not funny enough.
unfortunately, they lost their son when he was 10. But his son, when he was in the hospital, he loved to play jokes. And he loved to play jokes on his doctors and nurses. And so one of his parents' friends made him a farting stuffed animal. And it
Unicorn.
had a unicorn.
Basically, a unicorn that farted with like a
And
whoopee
it had a
cushion
remote
in it.
control. And so he'd send it out into the hallway and have the stuffed animal fart, and everyone would crack up. And it just obviously just lifted his spirits while he's in the hospital. So after he passed, his parents had a goal. He was at Hopkins. They had a goal of making 50 stuffed animals for current patients. They've now expanded to over 5,000 stuffed animals. They partner with hospitals all across the country, and it's just such
And they're
a special.
just beautiful people, too. I mean, if you meet those people.
It's an amazing couple.
So we've actually, our board has gotten together.
I
and
I
we
couldn't
make
invite
the stuffed
Layla's gift
animals.
back either, by the way, because I had Layla's gift last year and Andrew's and they got me at Pappas on the Friday, and I just, I've made it the whole week. I'm going to a funeral tonight. Don't make me cry today.
Right, but we all got together and
but
we
it's
actually made the
unbelievable.
stuffed animals, and we put the little farting
It's
machines
so
in.
inspirational. It's so weird. It's so funny that you can't not love this child. You can't not want to support it, and that's more of your work. See this? Keep going. What else? Who else have I talked to that I don't know that I've talked to that you've impacted, Monique?
Well, House of Ruth is kind of near and dear to my heart. That's an organization we've supported and still support. Respite Retreats. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
Next year. I don't know about them. What is respiratory? Tell me.
Here, I'll let you.
They also support cancer patients, but it's really a retreat for the patient and the caregiver together, figuring everybody
I'm
needs
eligible.
a break.
I was a caregiver.
Everybody needs a break, and you need to just do fun things together. But the caregiver is always going to be the caregiver. So they bring everybody together and give them a retreat of, meditation, nature walks, arts and crafts, all different things.
As a former caregiver, and I don't mean as a parent or as an employer or other ways, there should be a National Caregiver Day.
Absolutely.
To celebrate caregivers. That's a
Absolutely.
day where I want, it's like Elvis's birthday. That's a day I want to go out and do something. National Caregivers. What else? Am I missing more?
Yeah, no, we got.
You got more?
Now we're.
I have your little QR code here if you want to donate to the Greater Chesapeake Foundation. So I got this out. But I love groups that get together and do lots of things for especially for smaller organizations that are trying to seed and grow.
Well,
and that's no offense to LLS or American Cancer, all these big groups that we
Right.
do things for. But behind all of them, there's people on the street doing stuff in Baltimore every day to help people.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because when we do look to partner with people, and we love the Casey Cares organizations and those types of things, but a lot of people know about them. So we try to find organizations that people don't know about it. So case in point, Katie just dropped a whole bunch of stuffed horses over to the Calm Acres Farm, which is an organization that uses horses that weren't being used anymore. They were all, I guess, rescued, if you will. And there's like adults with learning disabilities that go and take care of the horses and ride the horses as therapy. And you can tell more about like with that experience. And
I've had a group that does that in Anne Arundel County. In Millersville, there's a group that does that work.
Yeah, I mean, it's so special because, it gives people that don't have certain opportunities an opportunity to be active, share their feelings. A lot of times this therapy helps them talk about things that might be traumatic or might be troublesome to talk about, and it gives them an easy way to talk with folks that care and love them.
Well, I appreciate that y'all care. It's really nice to have everybody by. If you want to help out the folks at Horizon Day Camp, go to horizondaycamp.org. Gabby Riagoso, I'm 3 for 3. She is the Horizon Walks I'm trying. I'm trying to get them all right. I know you already. Did I pronounce your name right? All right, to make sure it's Spagnola, and I didn't get some weird pronunciation on that. What do you do at Renaissance? Plug that for me. Come on, plug your real world. You got to do what you really do.
I sell group, as you said, dental, life, short-term and long-term disability, as well as vision insurance. So I work directly with insurance brokers, which Katie works for an insurance broker, Ridge.
Well, I can't. All you've written, the Greater Chesapeake Foundation, and you're like, we all have real gigs. This is just like we took the day off to come to Cooper's and hang out. I'm very, very appreciative. If folks want to reach out, you said you had an event coming up. Is there a big event every year that you have for fundraising that I can promote?
Oh, they have several fun ones.
Well, what's the next one? How about that?
So our next one.
Just talk
Yeah,
about
so
just the
looking
walk
in the
general.
future, so Horizon Walks is our fall event. It's one of our largest fundraisers. It's in October. It's at Power Plant Live. More than just a walk, it is a almost fall festival. We've got face painters, balloon artists, caricatures, a DJ, food, games.
Oriole Bird.
Yes, the Oriole Bird. Yes.
Well, maybe in the playoff. Might be busy. It's October. You never know. I hope the Oriole Bird's detained in October.
Exactly.
Well into late October. What do you have a date this year yet or no?
We're working on that.
Okay, but it's going to be in
release
October.
soon. Yes.
All right, it's in a Saturday usually or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday, always a Sunday.
Yes.
Raven game day, wait for bye week. All right, my thanks to Katie, my thanks to Gabby, my thanks to Monique. I'm glad we put cards out here. I've been doing 20 or 30 of these this week. I teared up a little bit on Monday. It kind of got me halfway. You guys kind of got me going, so I'm going to make it through here. I'm going to make it to my friends get here, and we're just going to talk about baseball and stuff later on today. We're at Cooper's North. We're doing all of this on behalf of our friends at Wise Markets and our Wise Conversations, as well as our Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. I swear, if I can get to my bag, and I will get to my bag, hold time, dance a little bit, Monique. I'll be right back over. And yeah, there you go. Okay, so I have for you, because I have left these in my bag, and it's my first segment, and Chris is here talking about the Towson Torch, and we're doing all this stuff. I have the lucky Magic 8-ball scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery. You might win the top prize of $8,888. Why $8,888? Well, it's the Magic 8-ball. We rubbed the lucky Magic 8-ball. So one for you, one for you.
Oh, my daughter will love this. She loves scratch-offs.
I know, Gab, you're young. Are you sure you're of legal age?
I promise.
All right, just making sure. I'm not going to card you there. It's all brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Big thanks to them. Big thanks to Patrick, Terry, Smith, everybody here at Cooper's North. We are just getting started. We've had a huge week here. Costas on Monday. I screwed up Fadley's on Tuesday. We're doing that on the 18th. Wednesday, we were at Coco's. Thursday, we were at State Fair. Today, we are in my homeland. Towson, Timonium, Mays Chapel. I live on the other side of York Road. All is well. We're going to come back here and continue our conversations with good people doing good things. It's Baltimore Positive and WNST. Stay with us. It's a cup of soup or bowl. And the gumbo's better here than it is in New Orleans.
I'd